The magic has happened. But as you can see, 2-2 on the, or 2-0, sorry, on the board, and it's Shig or Shidge. He's got a J in brackets. I'm not 100% sure.
Shig. Good old
Shig.
Shiggy.
He's going to be able to. He's going to have to back away from that one, hold on to that AK for the next round.
Yeah, so by the looks of things, with it being 2-1, we can only assume that Molotovs and Marshmallows managed to plant the bomb on the pistol round. They went 2-0 down, and then that allowed them to buy up come the third round, buy up those AK-47s, and of course win the round. And that's knocked down the finances of GLG. They're back down to pistols. Shig, the man who saved that AK-47 from the previous round, really the only man able to hold a bit of resistance up against MNM. But right now, it should even things out at 2-2, and it should be a relatively simple approach and round for the Molotovs and Marshmallows.
Yeah, it certainly should, and see if they're going to be able to pull that out. As you say, obviously, Molotovs and Marshmallows with a pretty significant economic advantage heading into this one. We'll see what the GLG lineup can do with these pistols. We see Rek already grabbing one onto Aussie. Nice headshot there as they push in towards this A site. But Vertigo looking for the guy behind, does manage to get the headshot, and that's two more going down. And now 4 versus 3. Molotovs and Marshmallows pushing in towards the A site.
Yeah, not much really GLG can do. The only positive they have to work with right now is the fact that they've managed to salvage 2 AK-47s. JT's going to go hunting off. And really, they just need to infiltrate, break through this A-bomb site, plant the bomb and play it simple. But CPR with the Desert Eagle going huge with 2 frags. And now Vertigo finds himself completely surrounded on the A-bomb site. Gets done from behind by Shig. And there it is in a blink of an eye. GLG, despite only starting that round with 1 AK-47, they somehow managed to win it, an MNM fall. Beautifully
played there by GLG, managing to pull that one out of the bag. I mean, honestly, as they were heading in towards the site, you were saying yourself, it's not looking like there's anything they can do about this one. Should be an easy round, and just managing to pull that one out, completely, essentially outplaying, just to pull that one through. And now they've completely swung the economy. You can see any kind of rifle they want on the side of GLG, and just the 1 scout and a Tech 9 coming through for Molotovs and Marshmallows. We'll see if there's anything they can do with this one. We've already seen in that last round, obviously, eco doesn't mean the round is lost. We'll see what Vertigo can do with this scout.
Yeah, if there's anyone on this MNM side who can go big when it matters most with the sniper rifles, it definitely is going to be Vertigo. And here we go, the smoke at long. The MNM players don't care, they're going to go straight through it. Shig hiding at the car, and he has to be careful because nades could come towards him, but no, he's going to Kobe RJP instead, and he's going to get a third. It's clean and easy for Shig. May very well make it 4. And CPR is going to blow up QT as well. It was just a simple eco bash in the end. MNM not really capable of repeating what GLG did to them.
No, pretty unfortunate situation. Obviously, Shig doing an excellent job with that AK, just taking down 4 members. The ace got stolen away from him by that frag grenade, unfortunately, but pretty easy round for GLG to take. When you're in that kind of position as the CTs, and they have to run at you with those pistols, it's pretty easy when they're all going to come around that corner. You can just hold your crosshair there and wait for them to walk into it. But Stanley opening this round up with an AWP shot onto QT. And that's going to make this round so difficult for Molotovs and Marshmallows.
Yeah, it was a good round previously. The CTs, they kept their distance. The P250s are so powerful at close range. It essentially becomes a one-shot headshot weapon, even if you're wearing a helmet, which for such a cheap pistol says a lot. But Stanley and CPR both chime in, 2 frags apiece. And in a blink of an eye, MNM are down to 2 men.
They certainly are. Rek looking to turn that into 1. Actually, Arf going to be the one to take down JT, and the last man remaining, already only on 25 HP. He's looking to try and do what he can, but he's not in a good situation. Takes down 2, though. He's looking for more. Can he get this 3rd pick? Can he get onto this bomb site? Looking difficult for sure. Stanley is there with the AWP, just trying to get that angle, trying to get the shot down. Goes for the fake plant. Can he get one? Gets a 3rd kill. He's looking for the guy down long. He's in a tricky situation. Everybody just so scared to peek onto this guy. He is finally going to go down that AWP, doing work, picks up the headshot and takes the round.
Yeah, but still credit where it's due, I feel, to Aussie. I mean,
absolutely.
I think it was 5 versus 1 at one point.
Yeah, he got 3 kills himself.
Yeah, so that's forced 3 rebuys from GLG. And MNM 5-1 down on a map like Dealers 2. The best they can hope for right now is just to try and deal as much damage to the GLG bank as possible. They can't allow the CTs to build up bank. They are on the more expensive side, and if you can sort of grab their bank by the balls,
as it were.
Yeah, you need to, because you can't allow them to afford to buy up all these M4s, and it's going to be a simple eco bash. Not quite sure what Paint & Co were trying to do, rushing through that smoke at mid, and up against players of GLG's caliber. It's going to be pretty simple for him to deal with the threat coming in.
Absolutely. RGP has managed to find himself an M4, but in a 2 versus 4 with an AWP in the hands of Stanley, it shouldn't we shouldn't be seeing a scenario where they're able to pull anything out. Obviously, we've already seen Aussie go pretty big in that last round. His teammates certainly going to be looking to replicate that as RGP picks one up. Oh, but they are just going to be melted down off. Sees them coming. Survives on 3 HP. Just going to mow down those remaining members.
Yeah, it would have been nice to see MNM do a little bit more damage with those pistols. But this is interesting right now. They've got a B spawn, so they could try and speed things up and head straight into that bomb site. I think GLG have only been putting a single man defending it at the back of the bomb site, just on the ledge, orping towards tunnels. So it could be something they might look to exploit. But no, it's actually 2 players going in. Stanley the AWPer. Seems like it's CPR who's going to be his right-hand man. So good job they didn't head towards B. And right now they're just going towards mid, trying to sniff things out, trying to figure out how their opponents are playing. Then they'll try to deduce what the attack's going to be and what they think is going to be the best way to do things.
So far, absolutely nobody covering short. We've got a couple over at mid. Well, short is relatively open, and we see MNM trying to exploit that already. They're pushing in towards the side, but they don't want to go too far. They can't afford to get picked off. We see Shig is now there. He's going to be watching over from the A site, and the entire MNM lineup hiding on that walkway. They're looking for an opportunity to push into this site. But GLG certainly know that they're there, throwing a fair few grenades over there, looking for the picks. And Arf is going to try and deny entry here for Aussie, who's going to try and sneak through along doors, but Vertigo finally gets the pick. It's finally going to open up the round for MNM.
Yeah, great pick. That is going to leave mid completely empty. The question at hand now, though, is what are MNM going to do and try and counter it? This is what Arf's going to try and do. Knows he has to go aggressive at long, gets the trade kill. That's good play, and the core comes in. MNM all charging straight towards this A bomb site. Arf is going to have to help out Shig, and he does. Gets a frag. Bomb will now, by the looks of things, get planted for short. And now MNM, in theory, this should be an easy hold for him, especially for Vertigo with that AWP.
In theory, for sure, but we'll see if they're going to be able to do it. Vertigo looking for the shots. RGP managing to grab 2, though. Are they going to be able to finish this one off? CPR doing what he can in 1 versus 3, though. Cutie going to take him out with the AK. Not a lot you can do in that kind of scenario.
No, even if GLG, the players coming through CT spawn, had killed the 2 players on site, they would have had to defuse out in the open. And with Vertigo on short, with the AWP and the bomb ticking, if he had killed the diffuser, I think there would have been no way that the secondary diffuser would have been able to defuse a bomb, because he would have had no time. And that's the advantage of ensuring you plant the bomb out in the open, ensuring that you plant it in a solid situation like where MNM put it, or towards long, where you can put an AWPer in pit.
Oh, speaking of AWPer, Vertigo picks up a kill onto CPR with that AWP, and Vertigo seems to be doing absolute work for his team with that AWP. Every round, it seems, going to be able to grab an opening kill. And again, 4 versus 5 as we see them pushing in towards the A side. JT only on 5 HP remaining. Rek just looking for these guys down mid. There's 2 on the other side of the door as they push through. Rek manages to get 1. The rest of their team doesn't follow up, though. They immediately decide to back away, and it's 4 versus 4 now.
Yeah, this is where Vertigo found an entry last time round, and it's important that GLG show him absolutely nothing. Otherwise, he's going to deal the damage again. But no, they've pushed in. Rek genuinely wrecks them near double doors. And MNM, 2 men down. RGP, I believe that's Paint, will get the wall bang. But still, it's an uphill struggle for MNM. They've lost the bomb.
They certainly have, and that's going to be finally finishing off that last terrace. Aussie, the only one remaining, stood down in mid. He's not going to be able to take that fight. Gets taken down. Was only on 30 HP anyway, so Shig going to comfortably be able to finish him off. And that's going to push it through to 7-2 to Good Looking Gamers. And Their score is certainly looking good right now as they head in towards this 10th round. And, I mean, what did MNM do here to try and pull themselves back into the game?
Well, not much they can do, really. I understand why they are forced buying up, because they need as many rounds as they can get, but I don't really fancy them for it. Headed straight towards tunnels, and you know what? They're going to take this on. They put the smoke down. They nullified that Molotov, and in theory, this should be a simple mow down for these 3 CTs on the B-bomb site. Paint. Great turn from Stanley. And now all he has to do is just finish off this final player in tunnels. And if you ask me, I don't think there's much he can realistically do in this situation. And Stanley confirms that. 8-2. And GLG, they just had 3 players on the B-bomb site. They predicted a push of that sort, and not much MNM could do in the end.
No, absolutely not. And I mean, you saw that last kill at the end there, Stanley taking that out with the AWP. That was kind of the story of the round. He's going for the shoulder peak, trying to get something, trying to get anything he can, and Stanley just not allowing any of it, and just picking up that 8th round in an easy fashion, just comfortably taking that one for themselves. And we immediately see Molotovs and Marshmallows pushing up towards short, but Rek again gets 2. Arthur's going to follow up with a kill onto QT. Shig as well, and that is, I mean, Molotovs and Marshmallows just completely annihilated in that round yet again.
Yeah, and it's no surprise that they did get annihilated. They all rushed straight up catwalk. None of them smoked double doors. It left it completely open for Rek to just, you know, go on a killing spree. And especially when you consider MNM had no armor, that was just really written on the cards, and not the right decision in my opinion from them. But they have had a lot of success smoking off that Xbox area, making their way onto short, and they're going to up the tempo. They're going to try and apply the pressure onto these GLG players. It's all down to Arf now to try and defend it off.
It certainly is. He's going to do what he can. He manages to get one onto JT. Can he turn it into more? No, goes down. Rek gets one with the molly, actually. And that is going to be the bomb placed down by Molotovs and Marshmallows. But now in a 2v4, it doesn't look like they can do a whole lot about this one. Shig going to be trying to finish one off. He does manage to get it. Vertigo, the last terrorist remaining, goes down. And that is going to be the round again for Good Looking Gamers. So at least they're trying to make something happen now. Going very aggressive onto that A site, but just not able to make it stick.
Yeah, they did well to get onto the bomb site, plant the bomb, but they really should have managed to drop at least one of the 2 rotating CTs coming through CT spawn. And they shouldn't have dropped as quickly as they did. And credit where it's due to Arf and the good-looking gamer who was at long as well. I think they traded 2 frags post the bomb going down. And when Vertigo was left with that AWP, there wasn't really much you could do, because it's just, you lack so much versatility with it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, obviously they're not great in those duels with that AWP, but already Shig trying to get this pick onto short. He's looking for RGP, but he's not quite going to be able to find him. The entire MNM lineup going up on there, and Rek again with a frag grenade kill. We've seen that quite a few times as Arf manages to grab one down long, and already MNM lose 2. Vertigo managing to trade one back, but Aussie's going to go down to the frag, and Rek again grabs the headshot. He's just going to spray through the smoke. JT, the last man remaining, he's going to try and do what economic damage he can, but I mean, right now they're just looking for the second half to try and get some momentum for themselves.
Yeah, I mean, this has been really, really poor from MNM, it has to be said. This isn't really the normal MNM that we're used to seeing. But looking at the bright side, this is a best of 3, so in theory, you know, they still have a lot of time to redeem themselves. And this map hasn't been lost yet, so we got to keep the faith for MNM. But
Absolutely.
If they are going to turn it around, they have to definitely salvage more than 2 rounds on the T side. 11-4 plus winning their CT pistol would probably leave them in relatively good stead, but not how things currently stand.
Honestly, they need a miracle round right now. They need to pull something out of the bag. And again, they seem to be going for this same strategy, just everyone running up short. And it's just not been working out for them so far as they start to push in. Rek manages to get one, but trades down immediately. And now they get the smoke into CT, and they could open up B site here. 1 health remaining on JT, but the rest of the team is starting to fall. He goes down. Aussie going to follow Vertigo. The last man remaining now. He manages to get in onto Stanley. He's in the site on his own. Can he get the bomb down just for the sake of getting that cash? Picks up the AWP. He's looking for anyone he can find, but doesn't manage to connect the shot. Shig takes him down. And again, I mean, they managed to take the site, but when you're losing members like that every single trade, you can't finish the round out, even if you've taken the site.
Yeah, Vertigo's timing was a little bit off. He should have pushed. If he had pushed in a little bit earlier, he would have caught Stanley before Stanley had a chance to jump towards window room and get another kill onto one of the MNM players going straight up B ramp. And to be fully honest, they're in a 3 versus 1. I can see what he was trying to do, but really he should have prioritized trying to get the plant down. But fortunately, MNM could still force up rifles, but right now they're getting totally wrecked. Aussie with the no-scope onto the face of Shig. They still are at a man disadvantage, and it's an uphill struggle still for them, but Vertigo says otherwise. Headshot onto Stanley, they're fighting on. RGP or Paint has to be careful because Arf is ready and waiting for him. He's going to push long now. He's gotten so much information by doing that. And Aussie and Vertigo are completely surrounded by CTs now.
Aussie does manage to grab one onto Arf though, so they're going to turn it into a 2 versus 2. AK and an AWP versus 2 M4s. Can they pull this one out? They need to get back into this game, but CPR is going to be waiting for them. Can he grab these headshots as they come through the tunnel towards B? Aussie takes him down, and this could finally be their way back into this game. Only Rek remaining, and Rek has been sort of the star player for GLG so far. Can he pull out the 2 versus 1? Can he take these guys out? He's waiting in window. He's going to peek out. Doesn't quite connect their shots, and Vertigo takes down Rek, and they're finally going to grab themselves around. And we're going to go into the second half. So at least they managed to get a bit of a consolidation round.
Yeah, but anyways, guys, we are going to go to a quick holding screen just to fix some small technical issues. And don't worry, we won't go anywhere. The game will get paused, and we'll be back with the second half.
And we are back, ladies and gentlemen, for the second half of this one. And Good Looking Gamers not starting it off as strong as they did in the last half of this game. JT versus Arf in this 1 versus 1. We'll see who's going to be able to take this one. Arf being so careful, little does he know. JT is nowhere near him. He's over at site, but they're about to meet on long. Who's going to be able to get the headshot? Neither of them. They both just get tagged down, but JT incredibly low on just 30 HP. That Tech-9 doing work for Arf. The pop flash not quite going to blind his target, though, and he's going to be backing away from this one. And, they're going to peek out again. JT gets tagged, doesn't quite go down. 16 HP remaining. Arf going with the fake plant, and he does manage to finally take down JT, and that's going to be the round coming through for Good Looking Gamers. So Molotovs and Marshmallows again going to fall behind as we head into this second half of the game.
Yeah, for me, wrong decision making there from JT. He knew the bomb was actually dropped at long, and he decided, right, I'll give the bomb to the GLG player, but then he'll only have time really to go all the way around towards the A bomb site, so I'll meet him on the A bomb site. And then he took on the long distance battle with a 5-7 up against a Rec 9, and you do not want to take on that battle. And to no surprise, when the 1 versus 1 battle occurred, it was Arf's Tech-9 that reigned supreme, and right now it's going to be him to blow JT, that same man again, to smithereens. And it is advantage GLG, and to be honest with you, MNM need a miracle right now, and if there's anyone who can pull off a miracle, it's definitely Vertigo and his sniper rifles with that scalp.
It certainly is, and Shig going to be able to grab yet another one with that Galil, and GLG in a 5 versus 3. They're looking pretty strong heading into this one. Vertigo trying to get out of there as fast as possible because he knows that the entire GLG lineup is hanging around these mid-double doors. They're going to be looking for the pick. And we see Aussie just hiding in that smoke. He has the scout. Can he grab the headshot? Takes so long to try and line up his shot and goes down. And that is going to be the A site wide open for GLG. Is there anything RGP can do with this scout? He misses that first shot. He's going to just back away from this one. Decides he wants to hold on to that weapon as long as he can.
Yeah, wants to try and save the scout for the next round because he knows that him and Vertigo are pretty much going to have to full-on eco come the next round. But hello, look at this. Mr. Paint gets a frag onto Rek, and at 3 versus 2, this might actually be doable, but nah. They've gone in the exit frags. They're going to reforce at least 2 rebuys from GLG now come the next round. And they're going to try and hold on to these scouts because the rest of their teammates will most likely be full eco come the next round, or maybe just buy P250s. So every little helps.
Yeah, absolutely. They've got to try and do what economic damage they can, because when you're already 2 rounds down in the second half, your money is not going to be looking all that great, especially when you've been buying up those scouts. And we'll see what they're going to be able to do heading into this one. As you can see on your screens, they're not doing fantastically. Are they going to go for some kind of force buy? We do see a Famous coming out there. They're going to be trying to force out this round.
Yeah. And QT has gone for the armor FAMAS buy. MNM taking the fights at mid. Vertigo with the scout knows there's someone in and around the barrels as CPR takes full control of lower tunnels. Took a peek onto short. It's always good to put a man in lower tunnels to prevent anyone going big from the CTs towards short. But I'll tell you what, it's Aussie going big right now. There's the first of what hopefully will be many for MNM because they need it at long. And GLG now looks like they're preparing for what could maybe be a B split.
JT trying to get in a position. Going to be smoked off, though. You see them starting to push through. Can JT grab anyone here as they all push through the smoke? He's come from behind, manages to grab one, and they suddenly, out of nowhere, managed to get the perfect round. Going to take down all 5 members. Nobody falling for MNM, and that is exactly what they needed to get the money rolling.
Yeah, solid stuff from MNM. Glad to see that they saved the scouts in the end and then went for the force buy. Surprised actually that Aussie, and I think it was QT, could afford so much. Famous is in armor, but fair play to them. And now that's knocked back the economy of GLG. 2 of their players only on pistols. Meanwhile, we've got CPR and Stanley. They're probably going to be more support players than entry fraggers because they're the ones with the nades. They'll be the ones flashing Rek and Shig and Co into areas like long to try and get the entry frags, and it is Rek who is getting the entries along. 2 headshots, 1 onto Aussie, 1 onto Paint, and if MNM lose this round after winning the previous one, their economy is going to be worse than the Greek economy. JT and QT now in a 2 versus 5. They're not going to be able to do this, surely.
No, Shig taking down another member, only QT remaining. He's not going to be in a good spot though, as we see Arf come from the side, takes him down with a headshot. And that is going to be round, or not round 15, but the 15th round for them, at least. And they head in towards match point. Molotovs and Marshmallows. Oh.
Yeah, they changed map too early. It's something you get used to in UKCS. The players just won't learn.
Okay.
So we have to assume that that finished 16. What was it, 16-4?
16-4, so...
Yeah.
MNM really not showing up as much as we had expected them